Is Nino Gross actually befriended my dad, and he asked my dad, like, do you have anyone picking you up from the airport? Do you know anyone? And he says, I have no family. I don't know anyone. No one's picking me up. So he said, you know what? One of our relatives is coming. You need to come with us. And that's how their friendship was born. And I actually have to tell a really quick funny story. So the first week that he moved to Toronto, that's where he ended up from the Philippines in Toronto. They ended up, the three of them, or no, two of them, staying in a rooming house, a one bedroom rooming house, sharing one bed. And my dad told me the story again, so it's fresh in my mind. Sharing one bed, and their landlord would have very strict rules, like they were not allowed to shower every day. And also because they were on the Philippines time, they were up at night with the lights on, so he would spy on them and say, your lights are on and you're making too much noise, you need to keep it down. So eventually they kind of parted ways in terms of they lived apart, but still in Toronto. 2 weeks later, my dad actually, how is it now? A Volkswagen, someone from Volkswagen in Brantford, or no, he knew that they were hiring at the Volkswagen here in Brantford. So 2 weeks after arriving in Toronto, he moved to Brantford. But somewhere in between there, he met my mom, who was a nurse, and she also came to Canada as well because they needed nurses. So that's how they ended up in Brantford, and here they are today. And when I think back on it, it's actually like a domino effect. My dad coming here, which triggered all our relatives who are here today, and no joke, there's about 205 guests here today, and probably about 100 of them are our relatives, scattered all over here. We're the loud ones. Yay! So my dad triggered like the whole relatives being here. We're so grateful for that. What's that? Also, what I've noticed is that as my dad has gone through the years, and I don't know if it's a Filipino thing or if it's just as you get older, you like to reminisce about things. So my dad is actually a great storyteller. And as you all know, my dad is all about jokes and making people laugh. So you know where that's leading to. I have to tell two of his jokes, the most recent ones I've heard. Also, my dad, when I ask him, well, what's your secret? You're 80, what's your secret? How do you achieve happiness in life? He's like, well, obviously family and friends are the most important thing, but also you need to laugh a lot, just be happy, don't take things too seriously, and that's his secret. So, on to the jokes. There's two jokes I actually have to tell. The first one is one that my dad has told me maybe twice. So as you know, also as you get older, and there's a lot of seniors here, I guess the thing you do is hang out at the mall, right? Woo! There's a big mall crowd here, my dad's group of mall friends here. So Dad, you're gonna remember, I remember this joke, I remember all the jokes you tell. So part of the hanging out the mall routine is going to Tim Hortons and sharing the coffee and snacks and whatever else. So my dad went up to the regular lady he buys the coffee from, and he said to the lady, how old do you think I am? Remember the joke, Dad? How old do you think I am? She's like, I don't know. And whatever she guessed, it was much lower than his actual age. And he says, well, and she said, well, what's your secret? What do you think my dad said? Genius. Should be in a commercial. He said, I drink Tim Hortons every day. Genius. The other joke I have to tell is, and you might be able to relate to this, and I don't mean to give any ideas to the couples, married or not, in this room. And he actually told me this about 2 weeks ago when we were eating for his birthday at a restaurant at Square One, the other place he hangs out at. So this is how the joke goes, and he did tell me that he made this joke up. He said, so there's a couple, husband and wife, and they're having an argument. And the wife is not paying attention to him, not saying much to the husband while he's arguing with her. So the wife goes in the bathroom. Remember this joke, Dad? Wife goes in the bathroom and she's in there for a really long time. So she finally comes out and she's not saying anything, and the husband says, well, you're in the bathroom really, really long. What were you doing in there? She's like, nothing, just scrubbing the toilet with your toothbrush. So I thought it was funny. That joke, actually, and I don't mean to give anybody ideas, but I'm sure we've all felt like doing that. So that was a joke my dad actually said he made up, so I did have to tell that. And I did have to tell it because my dad is all about jokes, and I'm sure he's put many smiles on everybody's face here, caused everyone to laugh, and laughter and a smile is priceless. It makes everybody feel good. It can even make you forget the worst of times or whatever situation you're going through in the moment. So I'm sure that will be a thing that we always thank my dad for. Dad, you're the jokester. Right, Dad? Yeah. That's my dad. Yeah. He's always saying, I have a